Welcome to the party package. My name is Owen, but allow me to introduce myself. I am the savior of entertainment and the prophet of joy. Now listen, you've probably heard my voice before, as you've listened to this show multiple times, but allow me to introduce myself completely and personally. I am Owen. Welcome. I guess this is some sort of a face reveal, somewhat. Welcome. Here I am. This is what I look like. I'm sure most of you watching already know, and in the future, you'll know what I look like then. But for now, hello. This is me. Whoa, this is me. Yeah, I know. Look at me. Great hair. I know. God, I'll do one of those for you. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here to join me today, as I have an opinion. Lots of opinions. It's one of my strong suits, really, is that I am full of opinions. And today, I'm going to be voicing one of the opinions that I hold strongest and closest to me. Well, not really closest. I've put everything out there. But I am here today to talk about one of my favorite things. Can you guess what it is from my wall here, from this stuff? If you can't, that means you don't know what any of this is. But if you can, from that, and whatever else you can see up here, I am here to talk about wrestling. Now, no, not Star Wars or dinosaurs or Marvel. I'm here to talk about wrestling. Right now, today, I'll be talking about Night 1 of WrestleMania 38. I watched it, and it was a mixed bag for me. And I'm here to talk about it because I don't know if I've put it out there yet on the channel, but this guy right here, love professional wrestling. I know. Not a lot of people do, but hey, not a lot of people like most of the things that I like. Now, if you can tell from my stuff and what I'm wearing and whatever else you can find here, I've got stuff you can't even see yet. This is a makeshift background for now. Is I have a preference toward, you can see it over there and down here and what I'm wearing. I like AEW more than WWE. WWE's for children and idiots. But hold on. Don't click away yet. Trust me. You weren't idiots for watching Night 1. Because if I did, then I'm an idiot. I'm not. So, I'm here to tell you all about what I felt, how I feel, and I'm going to review Night 1 of WrestleMania 38. Personally, I'll just give it a quick review to give a little bit of a glimpse. I think it was a solid show. It had some great moments, but a lot of not bad, but just meh. And I think that's really the word to call it, is meh. That's what I'm going to stick to calling it, and that's what you're just going to have to get used to me calling it, because that's what I'm going to say. So, let's start off. I'm just going to tell you a lot of good moments, and that's it. So, we're going to get into it. I'm going to review each match one by one here. So, match number 1. Let's start off with the kickoff here. Now, the kickoff show, I got to say, 2-hour-long kickoff show. 2 hours. 2 hours, folks. 2 hours. 2 hours. I don't know what I'm looking back here. Maybe I'll put like a projector back here or something. But 2 hours, okay? Of nothing but video packages and talking. Nothing happened the entire 2 hours of kickoff. Nothing. But, so let's just get past that. Whatever, right? So, first off, first match of the night, the Usos, the champions, the bloodline. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, to start, I don't really see... This makes no sense. Now, I will say I don't watch it week to week, but for covering the video packages beforehand, this match doesn't make any sense why it's happening. Apparently, it was just because Rick Boogs beat Jimmy or Jay Uso in one match, and they got a chance. Because he was hurt, so when he came back, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna beat you because you're hurt. So you're basically dead already." So, and then the match starts, and he wins. So, anyways, they have a Shinsuke and Rick Boogs is the stupidest combination ever. Like, Shinsuke should be in the main event, But no, instead they have him teaming with Rick Boogs. Now, tag championships is nothing to snuff at, right? Like, those should be a big deal. Now, they don't really treat them a big deal there, but they should be a big deal. And so having Shinsuke fighting for them isn't bad, but you can just tell that this is a nothing match. And you can kind of tell that from it being only 6 minutes and 55 seconds long. A match that is WrestleMania was 6 minutes and 55 seconds without Goldberg in it. You know, like, that is unacceptable. Especially with Shinsuke. Like, the Usos are great. Usos and Shinsuke are great. The Usos are one of my favorite tag teams in the world. I think they are their equivalent to the Young Bucks. And I am not against the Usos. I'm okay with them as champions, right? I think they can put on some great matches. They were in one of the best moments I ever saw in person. And I love the Usos. I always have, and I always will, for the most part, probably. So I'm not against them being champions or anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it should make no sense why Shinsuke's in a tag match. But anyways, kick off the show. They're going to get all the fans hyped. This is their moment to get the fans bought into the action. They're going to wake up out of their seats, jump up, and know the tone for the rest of this show. The tone for the rest of this WrestleMania 38. Out of the 38 in existence of the manias of wrestling, the 38th one. This is the kickoff to set the mood and tone of the show. And it lasts 6 minutes and 55 seconds and a crazy out-of-nowhere finish. Now, that'll be something you'll notice throughout my talking, is that I don't understand that a lot of matches have a crazy out-of-nowhere finish. Okay? I know, I don't get it. You might see it as, like, different, but trust me, it's ridiculous that what they're going to go through here. So, Shinsuke, to start the match, I mean, the match, like, nothing crazy really happens. I mean, Rick Boogs apparently injured himself at some point. He put up both Usos on his shoulder, in a fireman carry type deal. And then his knee, I thought he was doing some sort of, like, cool move where he could do a lunge. And you can't see me there, but he does, like, a lunge, up, and then was going to, like, fall or whatever, just to show how strong he is, right? Because he's a big guy. And so when that happened, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, whatever. But then, apparently, he actually got injured when that happened. So when he went to his knee, it wasn't him showing off. It was him falling to his knees in pain. So that's what happened actually there. And then the match, I guess they probably did rush to the finish, which is a shame, and that's why it's only 6 minutes and 55 seconds long. But considering all the other matches on here, it wasn't going to last much longer than that anyways. So they just jumped to the finish where Shinsuke eats the Usos finisher. I forget what it's called now, but whatever it is. And their finisher's fine, I guess. And Shinsuke loses. And it's just like, Shinsuke should be able to handle the Usos 2-on-1 and probably lose because the Usos are pretty strong. But Shinsuke should be the main event. He should be like the killer. That should be his moniker. He is the rock star killer. Like he can just bam, just cut you down, and that's what he should do. He should just be able to chop you down and then knee to the face win. That's what Shinsuke should be all about. But no, he just loses to the Usos in a tag match, which why does that even happen in the first place? I don't know. But anyways, whatever. So the Usos win, which the Usos close. I gotta say, Rick Boogs and Shinsuke's gear was pretty cool. The orange and yellow look was pretty nice. And the Usos gear, the white sweatpants with it said Bloodline on it, but it was BLDLNE. I mean, it was fine, but nothing special. So the Usos win, and I mean, it was I know he got injured, so it's a nothing match really, and but it felt like a nothing match to begin with. No real action. Shinsuke always brings it no matter what he does, but Shinsuke should be treated better than this, and it is a shame. There's not a lot of talk about this match, really, because the match did end shorter than it should have because he got injured. So that is a shame. So I can't really talk bad about this match because it was rushed, but still, even before that happened, like, Shinsuke's great whenever he's doing anything because he can handle his own, but really, I mean, it was a nothing match. Like, there was never going to be any tension in the Usos potentially losing. So, next match we had, Happy Corbin versus Drew McIntyre. Now, the whole point of this feud... So, Happy Corbin is a stupid gimmick, first of all. I liked his Sad Corbin phase. That was really funny, because Sad Corbin... is funny. Like, he's sad. He's lost all his money. He has a bad shirt. I mean, he's a weird-looking guy. He looks like a shaved hamster. So, like, it's kind of funny because, like, he looks like the type of guy that would be down on his luck all the time. And I get the gimmick of, like, him winning money big, and he's now dresses in nice clothes or whatever, and he, like, goes out with his best friend, Madcap Moss. Which, by the way, his clothes are the stupidest thing I've ever seen from other than my sister wears. But I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I get he's supposed to be, like, the snobby, like, rich heel. Which, fine. But Baron Corbin doesn't pull that off well. He doesn't seem like... Now, the video package beforehand of him just talking was just, like... It was funny because it was so lame. Like, he talks like he sounds like a loser that's trying to be a winner. He's like, "Oh my god, and I went from nothing to something, and now all my dreams are come true because I'm rich now. Bask in my glory." So, you know, like, It's like, who cares? Who cares? I don't care. And his friend is stupid, and they're friends because they're rich or whatever. And, like, it's like, who cares? And Drew McIntyre apparently doesn't like him for some reason. And the one thing he said about his mom, I don't like that Baron said that. That was pretty... I mean, I know I cheer for, like, MJF and stuff, but at least he pulls it off. Baron Corbin saying a line like that, saying, like, he lost his mom or something, like, I win things and Drew loses his mom or something like that. And it's like, what? Oh my god. And Drew carrying out the stupid sword is just so dumb. But that's really besides the point. So the match starts, right? So Baron comes down in his cool, like, poker, like, casino thing. Like, it's a slot machine, right? Going down and stuff. And he comes down with Madcap Moss wearing his stupid little shorts and his suspenders on. And Baron Corbin's wearing, like, white pants and, like, just some shirt, whatever, right? Like, nothing. And then Drew comes out, and he's got his cool music or whatever other than the beginning part. And he comes down with his giant sword. He holds it up, and then the fireworks go off. It's really cool. And he comes to the ring with his kilt. Because, you know, he's Scottish, mate. He's Scottish. He's got it. Like, that's Vince's mentality when it comes to gimmicks. Is, like, what is Drew's character? He can't just be cool, badass guy. Because he's not like Finn Balor here. Yeah, you can see him. Finn Balor here. Who's just a suit. Oh, I think I have something of Drew. Maybe I don't. I could have sworn I did. Huh. Well, anyways, Drew, like, he's gonna kill because he's Scottish. Yes, he's Scottish. He's a Braveheart. Like, that's all. That is Vince's mentality when it comes to gimmicks. So, he's just got a kilt and he's got a sword. Like, come on. Like, he dresses like that. And he walks to the ring, right? Match starts, and this is probably the most write-off match the entire show. Because there was nothing at all incredible about this match. This match should have been nowhere near this main WrestleMania at all. So the only cool thing, because I remember from when I stopped watching, was that Baron Corbin's finisher, the End of Days, which is the coolest finisher in wrestling, I think. One of them, at least. And it was, nobody kicked out of it except, like, one person, and that was, like, 5 years ago or something. And that was a cool moment when he kicked out, but I know they said something about it, but still, like, they made no point in proving that this finisher that has been unkick-outable in, like, years kicked out by Drew. That should have been the moment of the match. Everything built up to Drew kicking out of the end of days. But no, I mean, they said, like, one thing about it, but that was it. No one cares. Like, they didn't make a point about it. That was the cool moment, because I was like, what? And I don't even watch that much of their stuff anymore. And I even know that the end of days is a great finish. No one kicks out of it. And so he kicks out, and he does the 3, 2, 1 for the Claymore, and then he rolls out of the ring by Madcap or whatever. One funny moment that I liked is when Baron was going to go against the ropes for, like, a thing, you know? Like, he was going to go over here off the ropes, come back or whatever. And then Madcap was on the rope cheering him on. He was like, what are you doing? Get off! Like, I thought that was really funny. Because then when he finally goes, Drew knocks him down. That was really funny. I thought that was hilarious. But this was a nothing match. Like, this was literally a match that no one could care less about. This was a nothing match among nothing matches. So, who actually wins? I forget now. Yeah, Drew beated Corbin. I knew that. Because he did the 1, 2, 3 misses, and then he finally does it again after, like, kicking Moss or whatever, and then wins. Like, the most nothing thing. But then, what happens is that Drew gets his sword, right? Drew gets his sword, right? And is like, oh! And then Madcap gets on the ropes like he's gonna sneak in, right? And then Drew, like, points the sword over like that. You can't see that. Like this. And he's like, I see you even though I don't see you. You know, he's like this, you know? And he looks over at him, and Moss is, like, stuck there. He's like, oh. And then Drew winds up the sword and then comes down to, like, kill him with the sword. And Moss jumps off. And he just cuts the ropes. Like, who cares? Like, it was like Drew was actually gonna kill him. And then the commentators, oh my god. How can you watch this show every week? These guys, the whole show, like, holy crap! He went off the rope! Oh, he went over the rope. He went through the rope. Oh my god! He did something insane! When it's like, are you kidding me? Like, they did nothing. They, like, freak out over the most minuscule things. And I was losing my mind listening to these guys overreact. Like, the only time you should, because in AEW, right, that thing right there, you see those moves, and the commentators are like, whoa, now Tony, listen here. And, like, they talk about whatever, right? And because, like, it doesn't matter. They see this stuff because they're great athletes. They can do this stuff. It's not a big deal. But in there, it's like, holy crap! He jumped over the rope! Woo-hoo! Like, it's some sort of big deal that somehow they actually did something cool. Like, that they're not, like, professionals paid to do this. They could do this stuff, but Vince doesn't let them. But we all know that. We all know that. If you're watching, you know that, don't you? Don't you? But anyways, so that match was stupid. So then we go on, what was next? We go on to, Miz and Logan Paul beat Mysterios. Now, I hate Logan Paul so much. And I get he's a boxer and whatever. I don't think anybody likes him. I don't think anyone should like him, and kids should be kept away from potentially liking him, because he is an idiot. He is a idiot, and is a terrible role model for kids. For kids. He should not be anywhere near children. He shouldn't be allowed next to children. Because he'll be like, like, I mean, I don't even know. I don't watch it all. But I just know I hate him. So, Miz, now, think about it like this. What are you into? Soccer, hockey, football, basketball, singing, dancing, you know, art, you know, playing the piano, playing an instrument, you know, singing, whatever you're into, right? And let's say a sport, right? Because a sport's the best example. So, being a hockey player myself, this goes towards everybody, right? Because I remember one time a football player said that if he wanted to, he could switch to hockey and be in the top of the league in, like, when he started, right? And everyone knows that's baloney, including him, that idiot. I don't even know his name, but that stupid idiot knows. But everybody knows that, like, everyone, okay, say you're into basketball, right? Say if a soccer player tomorrow, let's say Lionel Messi, just decides tomorrow, you know what, I'm done playing soccer. Is he? He went to Paris, right? And he says, I'm going to play basketball. He shows up, and he's actually so good, he dominates the league, and he destroys everybody, right? Wouldn't happen, but let's just say, right? Or say in singing, let's say in singing, some magician, no, not magician, okay, this is what I'm trying to get to. Someone who is obviously not qualified to be good at something and is put into a prime position just because of who they are in something else, and they are shown off to be good. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes when, and especially if they're just decent, because they don't have to be great. But let's say tomorrow that Tom Brady, instead of deciding to go back to the Buccaneers, he decided that he wants to play soccer. And he went to the Premier League or whatever and was the top goal scorer. No, not even. He was like in the top 20. Top 20 goal scorers, right? He's like the 20th one, right? And they make such the big deal about him. He is the biggest deal because he did this and blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, he's not that good. He's not that good. He is not that good. And that's the point. That's the problem with this match, is that when somebody goes into something that you are good at, that you enjoy, and they make a big deal about him doing this thing, even though he's not that great to begin with, but he's just okay, is terrible. It is annoying and irritating, and especially when it's an unlikable person, right? So, Logan Paul was not terrible, but at the same time, he didn't do anything great. He did a big boot or whatever. He was just kept kicking guys, but that's because Rey Mysterio and Dominic are like this tall. And the couple moves he just did, a slam, lift him up and drop him down, and like he did the most basic move that everybody can do if you're somewhat trained for a couple days or whatever, right? And everyone's like saying, "Oh, he's great. That was actually a great showing for Logan Paul." And obviously they're going to bring him back because of after the match, but it was an okay match. It was fun. I enjoyed watching it. I wasn't against it or anything, but I was against seeing a celebrity being good at a sport, I call it a sport, that is not what his strong suit is. Now, if he, like, punched somebody and for, like, a moment, like, he just walks up and, like, bam, to, like, the Miz or something, sure. But no, we've wrestled. No one wants to see a celebrity be good at wrestling. And I know Jake Paul's a boxer, and he's in shape, and he's taller, whatever. But no one wants to see someone outside of your sport be good at it, You don't. I know you don't. So, what would have been way better is if they put him in the ring with Omos or whatever, or Bobby Lashley, or some Hulk, some big guy. Because I know they don't have Mark Henry or Big Show anymore. But, they have Omos is 7'3", and he's like, he's bigger than my hand right now, Well, actually, I don't know, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, that would have been way more fun to see Logan Paul try to fight this giant guy that's just killing him. Because that's what you want to see. You want to see celebrities get their comeuppance. Because nobody really likes celebrities except a few of them because they're actually good people. And Logan Paul especially. Should be killed. I caught that. You see that? Here, let me fix you really quick. I knew that was a bad idea. Let me fix you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. God damn it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. And fixed. There. So, Like, Logan Paul, especially of all celebrities. Here, let me fix it a little bit. There we go. Logan Paul, especially of all celebrities, should not be one to actually be good at the sport. Because no one likes him. He should be just killed by some giant Hulk wrestler and be beaten up. Because that's what we want to see, right? So, anyways, so the match goes on, whatever. I mean, some cool things. The Mysterio's gear was pretty cool and whatnot. And whatever, sorry. My cat is trying to jump on things or whatever. And whatever, right? Let me pay back attention. Sorry for leaving you out there. First attempt at this, right? Always first try, right? Anyways, so the match was okay. It was fun. Nothing really crazy happened. I mean, the setup was, so the finale, right, was that somehow they got Logan Paul ready for the 619, right? So they both go for it, and Dominic and Ray do their thing. They both 619 Logan Paul, and they hit him, and then the Miz comes in, and he throws Dominic onto Ray. No, he throws Ray onto Dominic as he's pinning Logan, which was pretty funny. And then I think I remember the finale was about then, and what happened was that, so the Miz does a skull-crushing finale on Ray or Dominic, who cares, and gets the win, right? So then after the match, what happens is, so they're both raising their hands up, and they're like, woo, we won. And Logan Paul's like super tired because he's like not really an athlete, and they're like both happy, and the Miz gets that deceiving look in his eye, and he gets them up in the arms and skull crushing finale. So Logan Paul, which then the Miz is like, oh yeah, ooh, and then he rolls out of the ring or whatever. And Logan Paul just doesn't sell it at all, as he's like back up on his feet already. And and the Miz is like, yeah, you suck, or whatever. So, Logan Paul wins. He didn't just not get beaten up. He wins, and now he's going to fight the Miz probably at Backlash. And he's just going to lose. I mean, yeah, he's just going to lose, or he's going to beat the Miz and maybe get like his help with his brother or something, right? But regardless, you don't want to see that. You want to see these celebrities get beat the hell out of. So after that, we get, oh, what a great match. Bianca versus Becky. What a match. What a match between these two. Bianca and Becky put on a great match. I love this match. So first it starts off with Becky with this whole Marvel intro. I don't know if that's what they've always been doing with her lately, but I watched it earlier, like a month or so ago, and I don't remember that, but maybe I'm wrong. And she comes out to this great, so she gets driven out in a car, right? A sticker in there. And she's in this Lincoln. She comes out of the car, and she looks amazing. Like, she comes out of the car, she's got this crazy looking something, and she looks super cool, right? She looks like a celebrity. She looked like a Lady Gaga thing. She looked like a Lady Gaga music video. That's what she looked like. So she goes to the ring, she looks super cool, right? Bianca comes out, and she has, like, the EST thing in her hair, and I think it looks kind of stupid because it, like, fell out, but she doesn't, I don't think, oh, no, she got a whole, marching band, right? She got a whole marching band, and they come out and play some song. I couldn't tell if it was her music or not. It was kind of weird. I couldn't really tell. But she comes out, and she's got a cool entrance. She does her thing, you know. She comes out with her hair like da-da-da-da-da. That's what she does, right? And she walks to and I gotta say, their 3D graphic thing, which is stupid, but hers with the lips and her hair whip thing is so ugly. I don't want to think about lips having a string of hair. It's weird. So, I don't like that. So, she goes to the ring, and it's been a couple days now, so I don't remember everything that happened, obviously. I just have my opinions on all the matches. And the match was great, back and forth, and it was a good, solid, like 9 out of 10 9 out of 10 match, right? Like, they did, probably 9. Almost a 10. It was a 9 out of 10. And both of them were great. The match was back and forth. I really thought for a second there that Becky could win, but I know the story was going to be Bianca winning, but I didn't know because they've done crazier things before. So I wouldn't have been surprised, but Bianca wins, and it was just a great match. Like, back and forth, this armor, and then she did the disarmor to her, and just the whole match was just great. The one spot that she threw her into, like, the stairs, she, like, obviously pushed them out of the way, so that was a bad camera angle. But overall, a really, really good, solid match. Probably the best girls match I've seen in a little while. It competes with Thunder and Britt. It was probably better than that. So, I don't really have no complaints here. I mean, the match was great. I wish I took more notes on it, but I didn't because I was too busy watching. The more notes that I have from these matches, the less that I have means the more entertaining it was because I was just busy watching the match. So I really, really, really liked the match. It was great. Bianca winning was the right move, and Bianca's great. She's awesome, and Becky's awesome. Now, the thing that doesn't make any sense is why wasn't that the main event? It should have been, because Becky won the first main event that was main evented by girls, and Bianca won the other main event that was main evented by girls. So why weren't they, like, that should have been the obvious match there, but no. So, I don't know. That was weird. So then we go on from that great match, and we get, obviously, the Cody Rhodes. I mean, okay, spoiler, but you already know if you're watching this. Seth Rollins comes out in this crazy cool gear. He's got, like, a choir. I don't really think they were singing his song, but I guess they kind of were, maybe. I don't know. And he comes out. He's got this giant robe that's, like, all sparkly and whatever. He comes out, and he's, like... He looks awesome, except, like, I liked his shirt, his, like, top part thing, but his pants were, like, girls' clothes. I saw a joke, and it was, like, Seth wore Becky's rejected gear. And it was it was literally girls' clothes. You could see his leg, and it was cool looking, but, like, it was weird. But it looked cool. And he goes out there, and he is all cool and all right. Seth freaking Rollins. And then Cody, so he's like, okay, who is it? And it takes forever. They, like, wait forever. And then finally, like, all these fireworks go off, right? And the lights turn off except one spotlight on Seth. And I think maybe it turns off or doesn't before it does. And then it pops up and it's like, wrestling has more than one royal family. Like, you know, and his music comes on and Cody comes out. Now, being an AEW fan, I got his thing up there. I love Cody. I'm not mad about him going. I just think it is a weird option because he was Stardust before he left, and if you don't know what that is, you should look it up even if you've gotten this far. It's a weird decision, but I'm not against it completely. I love that it's his whole gimmick, and it's the same exact Cody. It would have been weird if it was, like, anything else. So I'm glad they go out there, and once again, no notes. It was a great match. This match was awesome. I think it was probably it was more, I feel like the match was great. I don't know if it was better than Bianca and Becky's, but maybe it was. I don't know. I was too stunned and, like, I was mad, but also, like, not really that mad about Cody going over, so I was, like, mixed. But the match was great. They went back and forth the whole time. Cody was obviously going to be the winner. I mean, they put on a good start. He did a Stardust thing. He did the thing early on. He did, like, I would do it, but I don't have enough space right now, but I'll fix that at some point. And it was a great match. Great showing by both of them. The big move, like the backwards like suplex or whatever on the top rope was awesome. They were great, but once again, the one thing that, like, super killed me in this match was that Cody does his cutter where he jumps off the ropes. I would try to do it, but I might knock something over again. Is he jumps off the ropes and does his cutter, right? Which is a great move, but in AEW, they're just like, Cody Cutter! Like, that was crazy. But these guys are like, oh! Off the top rope! And then they, like, freak out over this, like, really nothing that special move. And they, like, just, like, they lose their minds over this move. And it's like, because it's a cool move, but it's just annoying to watch sometimes. So Seth, like, almost goes for, like, a pedigree and doesn't get it off. He didn't hit any of his finishers, I don't think. Maybe he did, I don't know. But Cody gets the upper hand. He got, like, Crossroads off finally. And then he, like, does another one, and then he's gonna pin him. He's like, no, I'm not done yet. And he does, like, he was gonna do his, like, Tiger Driver something, or I don't really remember. Once again, no notes because this match was great. And I don't really remember the finish, but Cody, like, does 2 Crossroads or whatever, isn't done, beats him up a little bit more, and then finally pins him for the victory. So Cody winning is cool. I hope they go somewhere really cool with him, and I hope that he's not. It's going to be tough. I'll have my opinions for night 2 and what I think is going to be the outcome of it all, but I I have bad hopes for him and basically everyone else that actually works there, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that match was great, and I believe, yes, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey, the match, that was interesting. So this was supposed to be the main event. It wasn't, and I get why. So this match was weird. You could tell. So Charlotte, did she have anything cool? I don't think she had that cool then, and neither of them did, I don't think. No, they didn't. Charlotte just had her so she comes out, and yeah, so neither of them had anything special. Ronda's got the cool makeup on her eyes or whatever. And yeah, so the match starts, and I don't have a lot of notes on this because at this point I was just riled in. I'll get better at that. But this match was interesting. Easily, I was more into it because I like Ronda and Charlotte more than Baron and Drew. And so I was more into this one for also more than one reason, which I'll get to. So the match was, like, nothing special. It was really tumbly. Like, I don't really remember anything from it, really. Like, at all. Like, I don't remember even what happens other than at the end. So I'll just cut to the end. So the match was weird all the way through. And finally, at the end of the match, well, towards, like, the middle to end, Charlotte has a problem with her top, which I thought she had a thing done, but apparently I don't know, but she spills that at one point, and you can see a thing, you can find pictures or whatever, and not that I did, but maybe I did. So she spills out or whatever, and they, like, cut the camera, like, at the end of the match. Like, they cut the camera, like, towards the end, and then, like, while they black the screen, like, you can hear what's happening, but they black the screen, they cut back, and finally, I don't even remember the finish, because once again, the finish is, like, kind of weird and out of nowhere. I haven't gone over that a lot in this match, but the finishes are just kind of, like, oh, whoa, okay, they won. So Charlotte apparently big boots her. Can you get that? Yeah, like that. She big boots Ronda and then pins her and wins. And it was a weird finish because the big boot isn't her finish. And she won with it, especially against Ronda. And I don't know. The only literal takeaway I have from this match is that you got some good views of Charlotte, and Ronda needs to change whatever the material of her gear is. So that's all I had to take away from this match. And finally, the main event of night 1 comes down to it. What was I gonna say? Stone Cold. Okay, so the weird segment all the way at the end of the match. So we get, Kevin Owens doing. Hold on. Da 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 da. Sorry. So the main event, right after Charlotte falling out and whatever. Sorry I have to keep bringing that up, but that was probably the main event of the show, really. And so, sorry. Anyway, sorry. I I'm a bit sorry. This has been a crap show, really. But anyways, main event, Kevin Owens hosting the Kevin Owens show, right? He comes out and he's like doing the really cliched heel thing where he's like, Texas is stupid or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And finally, Stone Cold does come out. He comes in the ring looking awesome or whatever. And he sits in the ring and he's like, Kevin Owens, you go to... And they talk about whatever, and then Kevin's like, this town sucks. Texas sucks. This state, like, the people are stupid. They wear these stupid hats and these boots and these belt buckles. Like, like they're idiots. They're stupid. And Kevin Owens is like, and then Steve Austin is like, in about half a second, you're going to hear 77,000 people call you an asshole. And I'll go like, asshole, and whatever, right? And then they talk and whatever. And finally, Kevin's like, I'll be real with you, Steve. I'll be real with you. I didn't come out here to talk. I came out here for a fight. And Stone Cold, like, is, like, pondering the question. The crowd's, like, chanting out. And he's like, okay, fine. They get up and he takes off his shirt or whatever. No, he doesn't take off his shirt. And they, like, get ready. The match is actually going to start. It starts. And this was cool. This was super cool. It was a spectacle. I call this one a spectacle. This wasn't a match. This was a spectacle. And they are going at it. And Stone Cold is just beating up Kevin Owens to start, of course. Because, of course, he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Goddamn. That's the bottom line. So he's obviously just beating the crap out of him. The whole match, he's getting tossed beers and just... barely drinking them. He's just putting them in his mouth and spitting it out just to cause a mess, because Stone Cold. My voice kind of gone right now. And, match goes on. The craziest part about this match, we all know, is outside the ring, they go into the crowd, and Stone Cold actually takes a suplex on the concrete. I wouldn't even do that. And he's not 70, he's like 60-something or whatever. Maybe not even, who cares? Takes a suplex on the concrete. And I was like, oh my god, I was literally stunned right there. I was literally like I couldn't believe it. And he eats it. He really ate that suplex. And they get back to the ring and Stone Cold just turns it around. He just beats the hell still out of Kevin. And I don't really remember what else really happens in this match until they finally get back in the ring after some more brewskis or whatever, some Steve Weisers or whatever. They finally get in the ring, and finally Stone Cold Stunner, bam, and then Kevin sells it. 1, 2, 3, ding, 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 whatever. And that's how the match goes, and... it was super cool. I mean, it was super fun to watch. The whole match was just fun. It was crazy that I think it lasted, how long? Like 14 minutes? Literally 14 minutes almost. 5 seconds from it. And he wins, and he goes around the ring, beers or whatever going around. Super cool to see. Weird that it was the main event. Like, I heard that it was the main event from, like, the beginning of, like, the show or whatever. Or Big Four or whatever. And I was always like, that's the main event, is a talking segment. I knew that it would end up being like a match or whatever. I know I keep saying whatever, but I just do that. And it was a weird choice because it's a talking show and then it turned into a fight. But I probably would have opened the show with that. Because if you opened the show with that, people would go nuts. And the next match comes out, Shinsuke Nakamura, and it's like, oh, I love this guy. And then after that, you put on whatever. So I would have put that the main event, and then maybe had Bianca and Becky be the main event, of course. And it's a good thing they didn't make Charlotte and Ronda, because that would have really laid a stinker on the rest of this whole show. It would have really probably killed everything that people liked about it, really. So finally, that's the end of the show, and then he invites, Byron Saxton in, and they cheer the beers or whatever. He, drink the beer, and then drink the beer, and then, stunner. He's like sells it like crazy. It's awesome. And that was super cool to see. And then finally, I just remember what happened in night 2. And then, so finally, they basically go off air. He goes out of the ring. Oh, he came to the ring in a four-wheeler, which was pretty cool. Or was that? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. So, a cool segment all around. So, finally, what are my closing thoughts? Overall, I think as being a very rational person, I'm very not biased towards things. I mean, I know I'm obviously love AEW or whatever, but not I like the show overall. I think being as unbiased as I possibly can. So there was 7 matches, right? So out of 7, I say that 2 of them were pretty good. Seth and Cody and Bianca and Becky, great match. Like literally amazing matches. So 2 matches were great. Okay? So 2 out of the 7 were great. 3 of them were okay, there was 1 bad match. Well, okay, 2. So the Usos match, it's kind of a stinker because he got injured or whatever, but that's like not their faults or anything, but it was still kind of mad when it started. And Baron versus Drew was just very like who cares, like who cares. So that match was like whatever, a 2. So and then you go on Logan Paul and The Miz and whatever. That match was like just fun. And then Ronda and Charlotte. I mean, there was some sights to see, but other than that, real stinker match. So, and Stone Cold was a spectacle. So, I think overall, being completely unbiased here, I would say it was a good 7 out of 10. Not an 8. I think it's a good 7 out of 10 because that's a good C grade. Because 7 matches and 2 of them were good. 1 of them was fun to watch. Another one was fun to watch, and the last 3 were kind of meh. Like that's like the definition of a C. You got a 4 out of. I would say that counts as a 4 out of 7. So my cat's being stupid. So being completely unbiased, 7 out of 10 is what I think is a fair grade to give this night 1 of WrestleMania. And I would have almost gone up to an 8 if any of the matches were just a little better. But overall, like, some things just I can't get over. Like, there's like deductions for originally I would have said 6, but I thought that was too far. But some things just WWE does, like, you have to accept, is that the commentators are obnoxious as hell. The video packages are really, really, really stupid. And then some of the matches are just dumb. You like 3 of the. If there was just the 3 matches, like. But at the same time, you know what? I'll save this for a later time. But I'll just say that for the matches that were good, they weren't amazing. And you know what makes amazing matches? These 2 guys. And you can't see them, but I got a bunch of people over here. Every night on Dynamite. Every night. I would say the best match on one Dynamite every week is better than both the matches that Becky, Bianca, and Seth and Cody did. And that's not me trying to be mean. I'm just being 100% completely honest. It's way better when anything that they do. And that's all I can really. That's just my opinion. And I'm obviously somewhat biased. But I love all these guys. But just wait till tomorrow. So I think it was a good 7 out of 10. I'll save like my real criticisms of the shows for tomorrow. Since tomorrow I've got a lot less good things to say. So I'll leave my criticisms for that for the next episode. And I'm filming this on Wednesday, which means Dynamite's on tonight. So make sure you watch that. And by the time this goes up, it'll already be past it. So it doesn't really matter. So overall, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was no point, especially in the Charlotte and Ronda match, where I was like, I want to just turn this off, you know? There was never a point where I was like, I'm done watching this. There was never that happened. So, I enjoyed the show. It was never a drag. I mean, the start of the show was a drag. I gotta be honest. It didn't start good, but overall, went through pretty nice. I'd say that the best match on the show for me, like, I think the one that I enjoyed watching the most is Becky and Bianca. And I think the worst match has to be Drew and Corbin, because like nothing happened. Like nothing even cool happened. It was just kind of dumb and like the weird ending. So that was probably the worst match. And cool that Cody came out. Sure. And they put on a great match. So really, that's all I really got to say right now until the next episode. So I guess till next time, I am Owen. That's me. I'm Owen of the Party Package, the one that you hear the voice of every week. So I guess till next time, I must bid you adieu. So thanks for watching. If you liked watching this video, make sure you pick up your free subscription by clicking that red subscribe button. If you enjoyed watching this video, please press that thumbs up button. It's the one that looks like a thumbs up. That's the like button. If you liked it, thank you. If you press the dislike button, I dislike you. You can, if you know what that means. So, and if you got any comments, suggestions, concerns, causes and effects, opinions, rants, tangents, feedback, suggestions, reviews, feedback. I don't know what else if I said already. If you got anything at all you want to put down below, put it down below. And I will choose a winning comment if you give me your review of the show. And if I liked it, I'll give you the winning comment. And if you get the winning comment, I will give you something like free merchandise, I guess. So, if you enjoy, do all that stuff that I just said, except the liking, the dislike button. If you dislike it, I dislike you. So, I guess till next time, I must bid you all adieu. I have been Owen, the savior of entertainment and the prophet of joy. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta for now.